Hey, Speedwinghere here, and today I wanted to talk briefly about Wolf and Sedgar from Shadow Dragon and the mystery behind why they are the way they are. So for the few of you that may not know, Wolf and Sedgar are monstrosities. Shadow Dragon is a game where growths are low on the whole, with most units maybe having one or two stats pushing the 40-50 mark, but many of their others in the kind of 20 to 30. Enter Wolf and Sedgar, who for some unknown reason, have growths that would make an awakening character blush. Why is this the case? No other characters in the game are like this. They have better growths than Est, the character that spawned the whole idea of a low base stat, high growth unit trope. Now that's the thing about Wolf and Sedgar, they actually do have pretty miserable base stats. It doesn't take long for them to scale out of it. The common route for Wolf and Sedgar is to class change them into General, which then gives them a high enough base stat stick to survive enemy units and train up, taking advantage of their ridiculous snowballing growth. But why do they have these? What is the reasoning behind this? The first thought that comes to my mind is, well, maybe it's like a Corel situation. They thought, hey, these are pre-promotes, they have less levels to gain on the whole compared to other units, so we'll give them good growths to compensate. And I can actually understand that thought process. However, the rest of the pre-promotes in the game that have, on the whole, pretty middling base stats as well, don't get this treatment. So I don't think that was what they were going for. So then the next option is, well, maybe it was a reference to the original game. Perhaps it's like a quirky thing. The original game, Wolf and Sedgar, had some kind of glitch or error giving them really high growths. But that isn't really the case either. In the original game, their growths are pretty much what you would expect. They're the only playable horsemen in the game. Perhaps it's a glitch or bug to do with horsemen, or maybe they just really, really wanted to make a bow user strong. Well, no, because part of what makes Wolf and Sedgar so strong is when you reclass them into General and then later on into Warrior or Hero, where they still retain ludicrous growth rates. It really just doesn't make any sense. Caster as well, you can promote Caster into a horseman, or, reclass someone else into a horseman, and they just get normal growths. Sedgar has an 80% personal defense growth. Even if you cut this in half to 40, it would be the highest personal defense growth in the game by a significant margin. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. This is something that has tormented me for years and years. So if anyone has any good suggestions for why you think they're like this, please do let me know and free me from this. Anyway, until next time, I will catch you later.